what? That's a ladybug. So I was thinking we could, if you'd like to, we could do some arts and crafts together. And if you don't want to, well, that's fine. I don't even care. So, should we get started? Colors, paper, scissors. If edible, I'd hit. Okay. It's hot in here. Obviously, you're supposed to be using a toilet paper roll, but because I don't usually wipe my butt, I don't have any toilet paper rolls. We're gonna have to improvise. Okay. So I got some paper here. I don't know if this is the right consistency paper, so I think I'm gonna have to lick it just to kind of see. It's a little thin. That's a little thin, but so what are you gonna do about it? Because we have important things to do today, and that is making ladybugs out of paper. This is gonna be something that's very important, so I'm gonna need you guys to kind of take this seriously because we have ladybugs to make. Okay, we have ladybugs to make. We have potentially other animals to make. I'm not gonna show you them yet, so it's a little bit of a surprise, but we'll get to that. Okay. Honestly, no, absolutely not. Cut that in two, if you don't mind. I feel like if I ever bought toilet paper, because we've established that I don't wipe my butt, this is what it would roughly look like. I'm gonna need some tape, so if you guys... Oh, you didn't bring the tape. I told you to bring the tape! That's okay. I'll just go see if I have any, and then we can get started. Well, we did get started. This is so fun. So I did find some tape. It's okay that you didn't bring the tape that you said you were gonna bring. There's a little piece of hair there. I thought I would maybe bring it along just in case we wanted to add some stringy stuff into our arts and crafts. But for some reason, I have a radioactive tape that's made out of a zebra. That makes me sad. So now we're just gonna roll this bad boy up, if you don't mind. If you do mind. Well, what the? Put this on the camera for you there. I'd say that's... Wow. Would you look at that? What a beaut. Oh, shoot. A little piece of hair in there for you. I told you I'd bring some along. What a fun treat. I'm gonna save that for later. The piece of hair, that is. Now... I don't have colored paper. I don't have colored paper. You were supposed to supply me with that as well. It kind of seems like you were a little unprepared. If you could kind of pull yourself together and maybe if you could just like run to the store real quick and then we could be able to finish this ladybug because this is of utter importance. And I honestly, if I'm gonna be honest here, okay, if you could just take a seat for a sec. This is a little bit disappointing that you didn't kind of hold up your end of the deal. And I would like to know why, okay? So that's actually gonna be a terrible excuse. That's okay, it's fine, don't worry. Because I have some colors here. It's a little warm up here. Oh shoot! I kind of smushed my ladybug. Just can't get this thing open. Oh no, I broke it. Okay, so by my knowledge, ladybugs, they're usually red, aren't they? You know, I feel like I would have thought about this a little bit. Well, I did actually, in that you were supposed to bring the colored construction paper, but you didn't. That's your fault. Wow, beautiful. You might be wondering, you know, it's not completely black, but I didn't want to color the whole thing. Oh, that's okay, guys. I did color over the tape, so if we want that piece of hair for later, we're just gonna have to uncover the tape. If you do want the piece of hair for later, you're gonna have to let me know so that I can kind of... Anyway, now we're gonna get in with the red. Oh, I have to burp. Wonderful. Does that look like a ladybug? I think it does. Now, we're just gonna get in there and cut this out. I'm just gonna cut these bad boys in half. Whoa! Getting crazy up in here. Wow, that's beautiful. I could make this into a mushroom. But you didn't think you're gonna see that in this video. I like to kind of mix things up. I like to keep you on your toes. And now we're just gonna, with the tape that I provided because you didn't bring your tape, I'm just gonna stick this bad boy on there. We're just gonna, yeah, it's gonna be a little something like this. This is what we're working, oh shit. That's what we're working with right there. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, I'm gonna kind of cover up the hair for now, the piece of hair under the tape, just because I don't really want anyone feeling bad about. I know some of you might have been a little bit upset about the fact that I left the hair there and I didn't set it aside for you guys for later. But like I said, if you want the hair, you just gotta let me know, okay? And I'll get it out of there. Don't you worry, I'll get it out of there. But okay, so now I saw on the picture, it's kind of, the wings are overlapping. Yeah, like. Just gonna get in there. Whoa. That's a ladybug if I've ever seen one. Ladybugs typically have eyes. I guess we'll have to add a little pair of eyes. I actually have, one of my eyes is the shape of an egg. I have an astigmatism in one of my eyes. Okay, there's a little bit of a difference in the size of the eyes. What was I talking about? Yes, my eye is shaped like an egg apparently, so I have to wear special contacts. I don't have my contacts in right now. Okay, here's one of the eyes. What a beaut that is. And now we have our ladybug eyes. Here we are. This ladybug has astigmatism. Oh! Whoa. Whoa, wasn't that crazy? She's alright. A little bit of tape on the back of there. This isn't an actual eye from a ladybug. 100% I made this out of paper and markers and tape. Okay, this isn't a real ladybug. Oh my gosh. That's so much better than I thought. Trying to escape, see? Oh, wow. What a beaut. What a beaut. He does have a little bit of a lazy eye. It looks like the ladybug has a little bit of antennas. Oh my gosh, and it has polka dots as well. That's kind of typical of ladybugs. Would you guys like me to sing a song while I'm coloring? Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's a little rude. You didn't have to call me an ugly, horrible singer. I feel like you could have just said no. I'd actually rather not hear a song right now. The name calling is a bit unnecessary. Because I would have gotten the message. By the way, we're just getting here with these antennas. I could have gotten the message with these antennas. Yeah. You don't say. Oh, wow. This one's a little bit crooked. Maybe that's why I wasn't getting the message. Just so I can have the antennas on a little bit more and we can just communicate slightly better. I am gonna leave them on for a sec. Okay. Yeah, we're just getting in the polka dots here. Did you know that ladybugs... I don't even know. Ladybugs are poisonous or something? But apparently, if ladybugs have polka dots, they're not actually even ladybugs. They are a different type of bug. And if they do have polka dots, that means that if they touch you, you're gonna get explosive diarrhea. Oh, I made him too big. Thanks a lot, guys. You know, you could really tell me. I know that you were... It's fine. You know, I invite you to do some arts and crafts and me. You show up. Where's the tape? Okay, there's a little bit of a mistake on your part, and I understand that. You know, I can excuse that, but then we kind of get into the other things, right? Where's the colored construction paper? Nowhere to be seen. Okay, you didn't bring... Not only did you not bring tape, okay, you didn't bring construction paper, you brought no supplies. Granted, it was my idea, but you agreed to it. Honestly, Guys, I'm a little disappointed. There's a little bit of disrespect. I know you guys really wanted to see the ladybug. And I understand that, but if you really wanted to see the ladybug that bad, if you could contribute a bit, because right now I'm just getting sass. And honestly, it's kind of a little bit overwhelming to the point where I might take off the antennas. It's just the sass is coming in a bit too strong for me right now. I am aware that you guys can't really see anything that I'm doing, but I honestly feel like perhaps it's like a bit of a surprise, you know, because, well, I do show you after every chapter. Okay. Oh, you're still here. Well, it's okay, because now we got... These are the polka dots. In terms of what I've heard about the poisonousness of the ladybugs is that if the dots are a little bit smaller, that actually if you touch one of the smaller dots, you're gonna get constipation. It's a little bit of a, you know, an opposite situation, but if you touch one of the, if you, like, for example, this one right here, this is gonna be about a middle size, a moderate size of the size of the polka dots. That's gonna be for healthy stools, okay? So if you do want some healthy poops, you're gonna have to, and it's okay because if you, okay, for example, if you touch this, you're gonna get constipation. If you and if you touch this one, you're gonna get just explosive diarrhea. So if you just oh, guys. That's okay, because as I was saying, if we just want to get in here, you can touch this. Oh, now my stools are going to be perfectly normal. They're going to... Where does its mouth go? Should we see what the other buttons do? If we just... Oh my gosh, they play music! Okay. Well, should we change the station? Okay, sure. Okay. Anyway, guys, we've had some good communication through the antennas now, but I feel like we're gonna have to put them on the ladybug. So we're gonna lose connection here. I just love that I put that in my hair. Okay, that wasn't that bad. You guys were overreacting. Okay, guys, if you need to communicate with me, connection is gonna be a little foggy. They're not actually real antennas. This is just a piece of paper. And then... Wow. That's completely off-center. And maybe if you guys wanted some of these, you couldn't get one because there's one. Okay, this is the only one. Just because of my chronic constipation, I am gonna have to keep this for myself so I can regulate my poop. That might seem a little bit selfish. You know, if you're having some issues with your stool, I mean, you can always go ahead and try to make one for yourself, but I don't know that it would turn out as good as mine. Anyway, guys, thanks for... That was fun. Okay.